Hello, everybody. This is your main man, Keith Fustus here. Happy Saturday to all my viewers on this awesome channel. Today, the Chicago Bears will be traveling out west to the state of California in the San Francisco Bay Area in the city called Santa Clara, California. It's a suburb of San Francisco. It's about pretty close to where Tom Brady grew up, and really, they played at Levi Stadium since 2014, so they played there for about 6 seasons now. And despite this, they are the only Bay Area team left since the Raiders left to go to Vegas during the off season after the 2019 season. They left California. Like, honestly, they could have shared the same stadium and all, but that's what my thoughts are on this currently. But anyway, the Chicago Bears will be traveling to the 415 and 628 in where you see the Golden Gate Bridge. And without further ado, let's get right into this. Welcome to Levi Stadium here in Santa Clara as the Niners and the Chicago Bears come out of the tunnel to battle each other off to see who will win today's episode. In the Gold Rush State, that's why they're called the Niners, because they arrived in 1849.
Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. It's a special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers versus Mitchell Trubisky and the
Nice looking stadium there, you have to admit. They have environmentally plants that stable the stadium. Alright, now we're the road team, the Chicago Bears. They're going to use some Pat O'Donnell to kick this off. They are down at the 35. And I think Richie James will be your return man. And he will get stopped around the 29-yard line. As we see Jimmy Garoppolo step onto the field for the first time today, the former backup to Tom Brady when they both played in New England under head coach Bill Belichick, who is still there. He's been there since 2000, believe it or not, and Raheem Mostert gets his first rush and he loses it for 3 yards as Roquan Smith makes the stop there. I mean, I do like this Bears defense. This is why I like to play, mainly because of Trevathan, Khalil Mack, Eddie Jackson, players like that. I mean, I do like. That is also an incomplete pass. His first pass of the game is incomplete. So now it is 3rd down and 13. I mean, this Bears team I'm expecting is supposed to be pretty good this season. And that is also an incomplete pass. 0 for 2 there. Now we're going to return the punt. Return with some Tariq Cohen, the running back, who's been with the Bears since 2017. So now Cohen is ready to run this out. He's all the way in the backfield. And he will get stopped at the 42-yard line, as the Bears will take their first opportunity on the field with the University of North Carolina product, Mitchell Trubisky. They will play at the 42. Now they got some Tariq Cohen, the former, well, what I meant to say was the player who just recently returned his punt return. And now we get a first down, and we get stopped at the 38 there, 1st and 10, 6 yards after the contact. So we are going to start off a passing play this time. I'm hoping I'm going to pass it to Jimmy Graham, the former Green Bay Packers tight end. That is an incomplete pass, 0 for 1. And now we're going to use on 2nd and 10 now from the 38. I'm going to pass it off. Oh, and it's also incomplete. They're 3 for... It's 3rd down and 10 now. Neither quarterback has gotten a completed pass so far in this game. So now Trubisky is ready to get it down, and he gets it at the 1st down. First completed pass of the game in the red zone. Hoping to get a TD here. 1st and goal from the 9. And they get the touchdown. Allen Robinson from 9 yards out gets his first receiving touchdown of the afternoon here in Santa Clara, California. Alright, now we are at the 2-yard line here. 1st and 10 now. They're way back at the 2 because they were out of bounds at their kickoff, and Tevin Coleman gets 1 rush and 1 yard in. And it's 2nd and 9 now still from the 2-yard line. They haven't gained nor lost a yard. And he gets stopped there at the 1. 3rd down and 11 now. Chicago is using their defensive unit with the Eddie Goldman stop on Raheem Mostert. And Raheem Mostert gets stopped in his own end zone by Roquan Smith, and it's the 2 points up on the board for the Chicago Bears defense. That was a good way to kind of almost end the first quarter here. So we will return this kickoff. Free kick at the 20. It really says punt. Oh well. Regardless, it's still the same thing. As we see, I think Andre Miller is his name. Gets down at the 28. Maybe it could be Anthony. 13-yard return there that time. So now we're going to use a 1st and 10 now from the 28 here. Alright, now I'm going to pass it off to Ted Ginn, who got drafted in Ohio State by the Miami Dolphins back in 2007. I turned 6 on September 27th of that year. Alright, now, that is an incomplete pass. 3 for 6, 62 yards. 2nd down and 10 now from the 48. Alright, now we're going to use 2nd and 10 now. Hopefully he can get it. He gets it down at the 15. 33 yards reception. 4 for 7 now. I'm hoping that we can get a TD on this play. And the quarter is over here in Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. I like that end zone artwork, by the way. They used the retro logo used during the Joe Montana, the Steve Young, Jerry Rice, Dwight Clark, and he gets a touchdown. Ted Ginn Jr. with a reception there. I think this is his first receiving touchdown. The other one was by Allen Robinson II. So we will see you guys when we are on defense. Alright, now we are ready to return the punt here. And this time we're going to use some Trevor Davis. Ready to return this punt here for the Chicago Bears special teams unit. Really, he plays on offense. He breaks a tackle. Oh, geez, could he run this out? Hopefully he could. But 38-yard line is where we will unfortunately be stopped there with a 36-yard return. It kind of felt like it just for about a minute or so. And now we're going to use some David Montgomery. He's going to get stopped at the 40-yard line. 2 rushes and 39 yards there at time. So now we're going to go 1st and 10 now from the 40-yard line. We're going to pass it off to some Allen Robinson. And we have Nick Foles, the former Super Bowl MVP with the Philadelphia Eagles. And there comes a 2-minute warning. The thing I like about these little 2-minute warnings or timeouts, see, that's what I was talking about, those plants. on top of the stadium, which make it more eco-friendly. And Allen Robinson gets another touchdown, but this time we're going to use Nick Foles, and it's his second receiving touchdown of the game. We're only going to use like Nick Foles for quarters 2 and 3, and then we'll use Mitch Trubisky in the fourth quarter. So this is an exciting play here. Akeem Hicks had recovered the ball after the 49ers lost it. See Khalil Mack sacks Jimmy Garoppolo. And then this is just a replay, by the way, and he just gets it on into the end zone for a touchdown. And we will see you guys. We're going to take a break, and we'll see you guys when we're next on offense. Eddie Jackson there got the fumble recovery as the Niners lose the ball again. As Raheem Mostert lost the ball, Eddie Jackson recovered the ball, so that means the Bears have the ball. So this is San Francisco's second turnover of this game that Akeem Hicks fumble recovery was the first touchdown of the episode. First turnover for the Niners in this episode, but then unfortunately when it came to the fact that we made Eddie Jackson get a fumble recovery, and that ends the first half here. We are dominating 30-0 here in Santa Clara, California. This is incredible, guys. We're off to a good lead. I mean, if we keep this up, we're likely going to win. So they got 2 takeaways, 172 passing yards, and 46 rushing yards, I think. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to return the second half here as we got Cordell Patterson, the former Minnesota Vikings kickoff returner here. He did a lot of great kickoff return for touchdowns. So we get it down at the 35 here, 29-yard return there. As we still got David Montgomery as our running back. And he will get stopped at the 35. He doesn't gain any yards nor lose any yards. But we're just going to use some Jimmy Graham here, ready to get a first down. He will get stopped there. We're going to sub out here. Nick Foles is 4 for 4 with 81 yards. All right, now we're going to use a passing play. And we're going to use some Roquan Smith, who I think recorded the 2-point safety. That's an incomplete pass there. 4 for 5, 81 yards. So we are at 2nd and 10 now in the third quarter with 2 minutes and 42 seconds remaining. And will Roquan Smith get it in? Yes, he will, but we are at goal line. We are in the red zone here, but this is 1st and goal now from the 8 here. Ready. Foles is ready to snap. He's going to catch it. Touchdown, Bears. As they do a celebration dance there, his first receiving touchdown of the game. This is not his first points of the game, by the way, since he scored that 2-point safety in the first quarter. Which made it 9-0. It will now be 37-0. So we will see you guys when we are on defense. All right, it is 1st and 10 now from the 28 here. Raheem Mostert gains about a couple 4 yards, so that's 2nd and 6 now for this San Francisco 49ers offense, and they get stopped there. They will be gaining 3 yards in, so it's 3rd down and 3 now from the 36 here. Niners want a first down, so they will get stopped by Khalil Mack. 3rd stop of this game here. And now we're just going to return this punt by using Trevor Davis, who is also one of the wide receivers. He also returned that other punt. just keep that in mind throughout the video. If he will be our punt returner now, he may be until the end of the game. Oh, he breaks a couple of tackles, but he gets stopped at the 34 regardless of that. So now we're going to use the I formation, and we're going to use some Tariq Cohen to run this out to gain first downs and whatsoever. And he will get stopped at the 44 here. We're going to take a timeout. And look at this nice stadium. It's pretty cool. I like how they put the grass and the shrubs and everything. I think they put it at some point, most points of the around in the stadium, but it does look pretty cool though, you have to admit. And now Allen Robinson will get out, will be there at the 4-yard line. So now this is the opportunity so we got 9 seconds for this quarter to be over, and it's 1st and goal now. He gets down at the 5. 3 rushes and 22 yards. So this is 2nd and goal, and the quarter's over, where we are still leading 37-0. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we are back into some action here, as we are at 2nd and goal now from the 5-yard line. And will Danny Trevathan get his first reception? Yes. Will he get it into the end zone? No, he will not. He will get it into the end zone. Incomplete. Pass 6 for 10, 115 yards there. So you know what we will do. Attempt a 3-point field goal. And it's good. 40-0 here in Santa Clara, California. Alright, now we are ready for some action now, as he will be ready to throw. Kendrick Bourne is the receiver there. Gets it down to the 43. First reception there. So it's 1st and 10 now from the 43. Garoppolo looking to throw. Incomplete pass there. 6 for 10. On the days, they only had 52 passing yards and no touchdowns whatsoever. So now Garoppolo, incomplete pass there. 6 for 11. So it's 3rd and 10 now from the 43. Oh, we could have got the interception there. But now this is 4th and 10 from the 43, as Trevor Davis will be the return man for this Bears team. So now gets down at the 20, and now he's down at the 21. So it's now 40-0 here in Chicago. It is 1st down and 10 now from Santa Clara. 4 rushes, 28 yards there. They allowed 354 total yards, this San Francisco 49ers offense. So now I'm going to use some Trubisky. Does a hurdle there despite him being a linebacker. You don't see a lot of hurdles for him playing tight end. Danny Trevathan, the Super Bowl 50 champion with Denver. So we got 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Incomplete pass. 7 for 12, 161 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Trubisky. Alright, now incomplete pass. It's a 2-minute warning as we are here at Levi Stadium. So this is 3rd and 10 now from the 28 here. If we do not make this, we will do a fake field goal attempt and then try to score it in for a TD. What? What's it not doing? I already started to play. Turns out I could not start off the play there. So now we got Trubisky ready to pass, and it's incomplete there. 7 for 14, 161 yards. Now we're just going to have to do something here. We're just going to have to fake this punt, well, field goal rather, and then it's not quite there, but you have to admit, we were pretty close there that time. And it is a 1st and 10 now from the 18. And Kendrick Bourne gets a first down there as well. All right, now we're going to use the 4-minute offense here as we got 40 seconds to go. So they're down at the 3. Here as George Kittle makes a reception and he goes out of bounds at the 15 there. So this will end up being 40-0. Well, 47 if we make a touchdown. And we get a sack. Will we recover? Yes, we will. And this is Robert Quinn. Second fumble there. And this will end up, I think, San Francisco's 3rd turnover of this game. So that was a pretty good game there by the Chicago Bears team. And that's an incomplete pass. 7 for 15. We got to get at least 8 out of 16. Passing attempts. Oh my gosh. 7 out of 16. 3rd and goal now from the 8. Hopefully we can make this touchdown count. And we get it into the end zone, and that's a touchdown. We will see you guys at the end of the game. 3rd receiving touchdown there by Allen Robinson. And the game was over, and the Chicago Bears took the W in Santa Clara, California, in the San Francisco Bay Area. They shut out the 49ers 47-0 here. The Bears did pretty dominant, very well on offense, pretty well on defense. Regards to that. And it will now be 47-0 here in Santa Clara. We will show you statistics in just a moment. All right, now we got 47-0. Our total offense was 422 to 59. 82 rushing yards, 340 passing yards. They had 56 passing yards. We had 13 first downs. They had 4. 111 punt return yards. Kickoff return yards, 126. We had 42. 575 total yards by Chicago. And they had 3 turnovers at San Francisco. We were 100% in the red zone. Penalties, we only had 1. I'll explain more about that. Nick Foles had a perfect passer rating of 8 out of 9 with 88 and 2 touchdowns. Mitchell Trubisky had 122.3 with 8 out of 17, 169 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Raheem Mostert had 7 attempts, 2 yards, and no touchdowns. David Montgomery had 0. None of these running backs did. Allen Robinson had 6 receptions, 126 yards from Penn State. 3 touchdowns. Ted Ginn had 1 touchdown, 4 receptions and 94 yards. George Kittle had 4 for 32. 4 receptions and 32 yards there. Danny Trevathan had 2 receptions and 51 yards with no touchdowns. Kendrick Bourne had 2 receptions and 38 yards. Roquan Smith had 2 receptions, 36 yards, and 1 touchdown. Let's see, defensively, let's see how many sacks. Khalil Mack had 2, and Roquan Smith had 1. No interceptions there. Fumble recoveries, Robert Quinn, Eddie Jackson, and Akeem Hicks. Roquan Smith scored the team's only safety, and Akeem Hicks scored the team's only touchdown. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time, and peace out, everyone. Have a great Saturday.